Welcome to the Daily Energize Podcast, where you'll get a jolt of energy and a quick tip to help you conquer your day. Now here's your host, the Prince of Positivity himself, Spencer Jones.
Hey Energizer, happy day, oh happy day. I hope you are having a fabulous day. Rocking and rolling, sharing your love, your light with the world. It's a beautiful day for you to shine. Because every day is a beautiful day for you to shine. You have that gorgeous light. Don't hold it hostage. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Share it with the world. The world needs your amazing light. So don't hide it. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't just keep it to your friends and your family. Share it with the world. Be you and share your beautiful light, because it is beautiful. So thank you for hopping in, joining me, and I hope this episode, that all of these episodes, help you shine your light. I am grateful for you. So thank you for hopping in and joining us, well, us being me and all our amazing Energizer family today in this episode. And make sure you hit follow and or subscribe, whatever it is on your platform, so you don't miss a single episode, because we got some cool things coming up your way, and we have 700 something episodes behind us that you could check out as well. So there's all that good stuff. But here's the thing, right? You can listen to all 700 some episodes. You can listen to all these different audiobooks. You can read all the personal growth books. And you could listen to all the gurus and go to events. But it doesn't mean squat until you do something about it. Until you do something with that information. Today's episode is all about being a personal development, a personal growth junkie. That's right, the junkies of personal growth development, and there are many out there. Now, I remember probably not the first time I've ever heard this, but the first time I recognized that I heard this idea, I was listening to a podcast, the Pat Flynn podcast. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember, but it was by Pat Flynn, and I listened to it for years. I can't believe I don't remember it. It was actually the first podcast I ever listened to, and listened to it for many, many years about building businesses and such. So he mentioned this concept of, cool, yeah, you can go back and listen to episode 1 and all the way up through however many episodes he's had, but that's not going to do you much of any good unless you implement the things that you've learned. And he said, I'd much rather have you listen to, this episode and another one and implement those things, as opposed to listening to all however many hundred of his episodes and not implementing it. And I thought, that's really interesting and cool. Like, nice. Okay, he's not just going for metrics of, okay, I had these many downloads or got these many people. Like, no, he wants you to implement it and see those positive changes in your life. And that stuck with me. And I see people who post this, and I fell into this to a degree too, of people who are like, I read so many books this year, right? I've read, maybe it's one book a month, or maybe they posted, I read 50 books this month, or a year, or whatever. Maybe they're a fast reader if they can do it in a month. Whew, that's fast. 50 books a year, whatever that number is. They're boasting about all the things that they've accomplished like that, right? The metrics of, hey, I've read these number of books. I've listened to these number of podcast episodes or audiobooks or whatever. Are you doing it just for that metric, that vanity metric, or are you actually learning something with it? And then with what you're learning, are you implementing the things that align? Now, obviously, I don't want you to implement everything that you hear, because not everything is aligned with you and what you're doing. There's some things that I share in the Daily Energize and our other podcasts, the Jones and 4 show, that might not align with you. And you're like, cool, Spencer, I appreciate knowing that and learning that, but that doesn't align with me or where I'm going. And I say, beautiful. Then please do not implement it. But if something does resonate, if something does hit, I hope you implement it. And don't just implement it in that moment, but continue to implement it as needed or as it fits as you go forward. I remember I put a bunch of books on my Christmas list one year, and it was just when I was not reading much at all, and I must have got like 20 books for something for Christmas. And I remember the Christmas after that, I didn't put any books on my list. I'm like, I still got to catch up, guys. I got to keep working on it. But one of my family members mentioned to me and was sharing different reels and things with me where people were saying a very similar thing as what I'm saying here. I'd much rather read one book over and over again and implement it and really get to know it thoroughly than 12 books in a year and only implement a little. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And for me, I'm like, I want to read more books to see what resonates and implement the things that do and not implement the other things that don't. But I also get the idea of when we reread a book or re-listen to something, a podcast, you see things differently because you're in a different place. You hear things differently. Things strike you differently than they did the first time. So I totally get that. And in any case, I just wanted to share that idea here. Please do not be a personal growth junkie where all you do is just listen and absorb all these podcasts, those 700 some episodes we have, or the books that you're reading, or attending events, just to attend events. Yeah, cool, that energy's great, but when you implement the things that you learn, the things that resonate with you and align, that's when the magic happens. That energy's beautiful, but that's not where the magic happens. The magic happens is when you implement it. So I'd much rather, I would love it if you listen to all of our episodes, but I would much rather have you listen starting here and implementing the things that resonate. Because not everything that I share every day of this of the Daily Energize is going to resonate, but I imagine there's some that will. So implement it, and then keep implementing it as it makes sense. And maybe you try and you're like, this isn't it. Cool, now you know. Or you try and like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to keep doing this. Great. Either way, it's beautiful. But you have to be willing to do the work. Don't just be a junkie who reads just to read or listens just to listen. Implement, because that's where the magic happens. All right, that's all I have for today. I appreciate you. Keep shining your amazing light with the world. And until next time, I will catch you later.